Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another Market Monday. This week we have a Recycle Store mixed media kit. And so let's just see what we have here. Alrighty, so we have 10 of these circles. These circles are foam and they are sticky on one side. So on one side you peel off the protective layer and it's sticky there so that you can stick it onto a piece of cardboard and use it to make a stamp because this side is foam. So I use these for stamps a lot, and then sometimes I'll take them and I'll cut them in half or cut them in quarters and make, instead of just a circle stamp, make different types of stamps with these same bits. And they also just work great for mixed media projects, mixed media canvases. So there are 10 of those. And then there are 20 of these circles. And they're also foam, sticky on the back. So again, you just take the release paper off the back and you can use these to make all different sorts of stamps on them or with them. So different shapes and everything else, grouping some together, that type of thing. So there were 20 of those. There are 10 of these. These are one of my favorites, and I really don't know why. I just like the way that it looks. These are just a kind of a rubber. Again, sticky on the back. You take the release paper off, and then they're like a foam. These also work good to pop things up, but you have to glue them to this part because it's only sticky on one side. These are not double-sided stickies. So, but I like these. I just put them on cardboard and I stamp them down, and then I stamp words on them, or I stamp the word first and then stamp a color on top using this. And it works really great with a word that fits within here, but I have a lot of really flowy words, and I really like the way that they look I stamp them on top of this, so they actually, parts of them, you know, like go above and below the color, and I like the way that that turns out. I use that a lot on different cards. So there's 10 of those, and then there is a baggie full of these little foam circles, and they are different sizes. You can see 2 sizes here, and I think there's 2 or 3 sizes in there. I really don't know how many. You know, or I think that there's 2 sizes, but there could be 3. And then again, you can use those to pop things up. You can use them, I like them as feet. Like if you're making a little homemade box, I think that they look really cute as the foot of the box. You know, you just put it underneath the box, use the sticky part to stick it on the bottom, and I really like to use those for that. So there's a baggie full of those. And then we have 30 of these hard plastic chips. And I use these for keychains or dangles. They are a very hard plastic. They're not sticky on any side, but I drill a little hole in them. Sometimes I'll drill a couple holes to hang a charm from the bottom, or hang 2 or 3 of them together. I use alcohol ink on them because they are a hard, non-porous surface, and so alcohol inks looks great on them, and then stays on to stamp a word on there, or permanent markers to color on them and then write a word on there with a permanent marker. But I really like the way that those work, and so there's 30 of those. There are 10 of this shape, which again works great for stamping. And also all of these work great in mixed media canvases where you're painting and covering them and that type of thing, but they just really give dimension. So the shape is like this. It's kind of like 2 squares put together. They work good for making stamps, and then they also work good just for using them on your canvases or whatever you can think of to use them for. So there were 10 of those, a baggie full of these, and these are sticky on one side, and then I have to take it out because I have to make sure they're just sticky on one side, but they're kind of domed up. Oh, some of these little baggies are so hard to get apart. because I think that this one might be sticky on both sides. I think this is the one that I like to use as little, like, enamel dots. And I can't tell. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on here. Yes. Okay, so the top peels off and the bottom peels off. And so what I do is I peel off the bottom, and or sometimes I'll do the tops first, because these look great if you use eye makeup, you know, like your mica shadows for eye makeup is a cheap way to do it, or mica powders. And I put the mica powders on there, or glitter or anything, and then I peel off the bottom and stick it to, I like to put them in sets of 3 on cards and that type of thing. But so those are double-sided sticky, and then these are single-sided sticky. So these ones are good to use alcohol ink on, because they're a hard plastic, kind of a milky color, so they're not really see-through. But you peel off the back of these, they're kind of just a little bit see-through. I don't know how I exactly want to say that, but you know, they're, like I said, they're a milky color, but you can see through them just a little bit. And so those are really cool, and those are great for alcohol inks. Alcohol inks don't work really good on the double-sided sticky. I tried that once, but it doesn't work well. If they still kind of stay sticky, and it's just kind of yucky. And then we have these. I use these for stamping a lot, and for all different sorts of things, for legs, and for if you're doing miniatures. They work really good for little tables and that type of thing. But these are just, they're foam, and there's 3 different sizes in here, and there's 3 different kind of sizes around, and then there's different heights also. But so we've got like these 3 sizes, and they're all made out of that foam rubber. So these are really cool to play with. So there is a baggie of those. Whoops. There we go. And then there are 2 of these. What are these? Okay, so these are sticky on the back. You peel them off the release paper, and these would work great for stamps. I love these for stamps, and I like to cut them in half and put one on one end of cardboard, one on the other end of a long piece of cardboard, and use them like parentheses. So if you cut them in half, you've got one end of the parenthesis and then the other. So there are 2 of these, which there's 3 on each one, and then there are 7 squares that are just like that. And I also use these for like square parentheses. I just like the way that looks, and then I stamp my words between them. So there's 3 on each one, and there are 7 of those. And then there are 2 of these, and these are circles, and they're sticky on the back. So, but don't forget that you can also use this part for something. So don't always just throw it away, because the whole thing is sticky on the back. So you can pop that circle out of there, but then you can still do something with the extra, very possibly. So there's a couple of those, and each one has 2 on it. Then there are 20 of these, and these are a thinner, I don't know what you want to call it, because it's not it's some kind of like foam rubber, kind of. But you peel off the back of that. And some of them are hard to like get a hold of once you get them started to get them apart. There we go. So, but you peel those off like that. They're sticky on the back. And there are 20 of those, and they kind of have like a leathery look to them. These make kind of good, like you put them on a book, kind of like a label. Although I just put them on there like that, but I don't put anything on them. But you could, you know, glue a number or something on them too. That would be kind of cool. There are 7 of these circles, and again, they're kind of a foamy type circle. There's this one and this one are different kind of types of foamy or whatever. Just like when we're buying things now, everything, comes a little bit different now than it used to. These are factory cutoffs, and so they use what they can get their hands on. So this one is smoother, this one is a little bit rougher, but these work great for stamps also. So there were 7 of those. They're sticky on the back and foamy on the top. There are 9. These are a very heavy cardstock. So you can kind of hear that. You can use the back side, which I do actually use the back side a lot. But then there are colored ones inside. There may be some different colors in each kit. And there were 9 of those. There are 15 of these little foam bits, and they're kind of a quarter circle, maybe you might want to call them. And these are not sticky on either side, but they're shaped like that. So, and I actually sometimes use these if I'm working with smaller things. I kind of use this to blend my inks a little bit. But you can also use it to stamp with, or whatever ideas that you have. There are 3 of these, and these are sticky on the back. There is a centerpiece that you can take out that's a rectangle. Then you'll have this frame around the outside edge, and in the frame there are 6 little circles that also come out, or you can take them out or leave them in. They're also, the whole thing is sticky on the back, but there's 1, 2, 3 of those circles there, and 1, 2, 3 here. So they look like little screw marks or screws if you paint them silver or something. There are 5 pieces, and these will be kind of different sizes, about the same, but some might be a little bit longer than others. And these are felt. They're sticky on the back, and they're felt strips. So they're about maybe between 1/4 and 1/2 inch wide. Oops. Yep, they're between 1/4 and 1/2. They're 1, 2, what are those, 8s? I think they're 8s, 3/8. Anyways, between 1/4 and 1/2. And then, so there's, just a bunch of them on this one. And so there are 5 of little sheets of those. And then there are 5 of these. These are really fun too. These make nice label stamps. So on this one, you've got the outside piece and the inside piece. These all come apart. And then also this one has the 2. It's got a circle on this end and a circle on this end, if you can put those down. So if you can see that circle there, there's 1 on each end. So it kind of looks like a place where you'd put screws. You can put brads in there. I like to stamp them. And if I stamp them with the circle out of it, which I usually do, then I'll put a brad on each end, or put a little enamel dot or something on it. And then there are 3 of these. And these are velvet strips. So they're about 1 inch wide. And each one of these, they may be different too. This one has 5 on it. They could have 4. They could have 6. But they come on the release plastic. And you just peel those off of there. And they are sticky on the back. So, and that really does feel like velvet on there. I'm sure it's some kind of faux velvet, but it's a very nice soft velvety feel to it, where these ones are felt. They're like felt. So that is what's in this kit. If you are interested in this kit, it is $20. That includes the cost of the shipping. If you are interested, my email will be below, and just send me an email to let me know that you want one, and at that time I will let you know if there are any left. And if there are some left, then I will let you know, and you can pay using PayPal. So and if there's a way that you would like to help my channel, but you really don't want one of my kits, if you watch commercials here and there, I don't even know what you get for a commercial. You don't get that much. I make around $100 each month, but that helps me to stay home, take care of things at the house, and do my videos and all of this. instead of having to go back and get a job. So, you know, because my hubby and I have been, you know, discussing that, and it's something where he says, you know, if I don't want to go back, I don't have to, but it's nice to at least bring in a little bit, you know, enough to help pay for something. So, but yeah, if you just watch a commercial, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, watch my videos, you know, so that YouTube likes to maybe recommend my videos. All of that, leaving comments, it all really helps, and it all helps support my channel. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you very much for stopping by. Again, if you'd like to send me an email, I'll let you know if I have any left. Thanks again, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.